Here at the Fine Homebuilding House, we used Andersen windows. These are 100 series. For us, that decision, like so many other things, started way back before we even did any work on the house, trying to understand what is the best value at the best price for us. We had so many goals and things we wanted to try and achieve with the build based on the condition of the house. That was a long way to go. So for us, the decision to go with 100 series windows, which are vinyl inside and out, was one balancing budget and quality. Most of the windows in the house are casements. The choice with that was about performance. A casement will generally seal better than a double hung. It also helped us achieve that second goal of creating a more contemporary looking building. The window install itself can be broken into kind of two types. There are flanged windows throughout the project on the new second story and on the new ground floor addition. And then the rest are replacement style or insert windows in the existing masonry sections of the house. Obviously, the reason for the insert is because we have no way to attach a flange to an already clad exterior. In this case, this veneer brick. When we're installing the windows in the new sections of the house, it's a pretty typical install for us. Caulking behind the flange, flashing the opening, inserting the window. We prefer to use roofing nails to install them, taping the flange. The windows in the veneer brick portions of the house were a little bit different in the sense that they were installed both in the timber structural part of the house, the 2x4 wall that's on the interior, but that buck that they're installed in spans from the 2x4 all the way through to the edge of the veneer brick. The reason for that is the new siding is going to go over the veneer brick, and we wanted an opportunity to have an extension jamb that would straddle the new window and moving outward to meet that new siding and create, this seamless, deep window well look on the lower level. It will look different than the second story, but that's the reality of working with an old house and adding on to it. For us, the air sealing details on those, we used a few different tape products from Siga to create basically a flashing detail to seal the veneer brick and the framing at the same time. Then the buck was built on the bench, again with exterior stops. We fit them all in the opening first and made sure that the window unit fit inside the buck before we actually installed everything in its final iteration. The reason for that is, and it happened here, you make your buck, you have an existing opening, it's got some funky corners and stuff like that. You need to be able to pull that buck out, adjust it, make sure it slides in snugly but not too tight where you're damaging it. And then the window itself also needs a little bit of room. Shouldn't be a snug fit, but it shouldn't be so tight that it's carrying that stress from the buck around it and transferring it to the window, which could lead to like binding of the sash or something like that. So one of my favorite parts about building is getting to learn about new products and new methods for doing, any part of our job. The same question or the same desire to really understand value and performance was at play with our choice of going with the 100 series windows. While they're not the top tier, they're still a quality window and one that I wouldn't hesitate in recommending to a client. We realize that it's all about the installation that matters. Going after that goal of making a tight house, our air sealing details become critical as they connect to the process of installing windows and doors. So here we'll take two methods out of this process, see how we feel about them, and bring that knowledge to future projects for clients.